Welcome everyone, welcome! This is MetalCanyon and this is the third part of the answers of my questions and answers series. Of the first part. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's go. I'm not good with titles. Let's go to the first questions of this part. Jessica Miller says, what is the first game you played and loved? I really can't do a female voice, even though I don't know if that's a female or not, but sorry. The first game, as I said, that was on ZX Spectrum, and I really have no idea what it was. It might have been the Jungle one, it might have been something else. I honestly cannot remember the names, but yeah, those were the Dark Ages. Kind of fun, but the Dark Ages. Callan Hinson is asking, hey, I wanted to say that if you want an amazing RTS game, try the Dungeon Keeper games. I love Dungeon Keeper 2. I love that game. In fact, I didn't really play the campaign at all. I just usually played the sandbox mode because I loved making a dungeon and all those, monsters in it, and then having heroes to torture them in the prison and such. Besides Richard Ridings as the voice actor for the, narrator, that was just amazing. So, yep, those are awesome games. Lucky Horace is saying, Steam is fine when it comes to deals, but I am not a big fan of Steam when it comes to functionality. When it comes to customer service, Steam makes it hard to get anything resolved. Bloody hell. Question? I don't really have none, so... No question? Trivial Tree 1042. Hey MC, it has been a long time since I last see you vid, and since I am one of the older subscribers who follow you through hell. Okay, question. MC, what is your daily routine? Well, Trivial Tree, I basically first wake up in the morning. Then I get up and sort of stretch, I make my bed, look out the window, and then I make my way to the hall outside. So then I just decide to do this and that. And then after brushing my teeth, I get back to bed and go to sleep. So that's that. Next question, Mr. Mevi. MC, what is your favorite type of tea? I remember you talking about drinking tea a few times on videos that were from streams. Tea was from streams? Yes, I know what you mean. I'm just being silly. Yes, my favorite type of tea is probably Earl Grey, or the superior variety. But I love Earl Grey. It's just a yummy, yummy black tea. Either with milk or without it, either with sugar or without it, it's great. Although if you drink it without milk and without sugar, it can be quite bitter, or should I say tart, probably. CK Hawk said, for $50 a month, your reward should be something like always getting your name in the squad for XCOM-like games. Just saying. Do you plan to do any live streaming in 2015? Have you thought of doing a Twitch or live YouTube stream on this Q&A thing? Do you plan on doing LP of Gauntlet with folks from your group of crazies? You have a Facebook page? That's a lot of questions. Do you do any live streaming in 2015? Probably, I'll say. Probably. 2015 is next year, so most likely yes. I have not abandoned live streaming. Thought of doing Twitch or live YouTube stream on this Q&A thing? Haven't really thought about it. Well, I guess I have, but I think this is just a better way, because I also like playing with, the whole video and everything, so it's a bit more amusing, I guess. LP of Gauntlet. Yes, I have actually thought about that from with some people from my group. Yeah, we'll probably do that. You have a Facebook page? Indeed, I have a Facebook page for quite a while now, but nobody cares, so that's alright. Thorsten Schnoppenhauer said, let's start easy. Where are you from? Well, I can't really say no to that. As many people have pointed out already, I don't think it's a mystery by now. I'm from Slovenia, which is in the European Union, which is kind of cool. And that's that. Angelo Petrillo said, what is the meaning of life? And how do you feel about transhumanism and the singularity? I will answer this one first. Transhumanism? Awesome. I want my mech limbs. I want to punch things, and I want to have a machine gun and a minigun on my other hand. And the singularity? Awesome. I love singularities, especially when I can shoot them out of my singularity cannon. What is the meaning of life? Well, contrary to popular belief, the meaning of life is not indeed 42. Unfortunately, there have been a number of unfortunate errors in the formulas and equations. So, in fact, the meaning of life is not 42, but 41.567. 18304 1-4 339. The TARDIS, 1971. What made you start ULPs, and what is your favorite game of all time? I'm not sure what made me start Let's Playing, actually. I think I watched some gaming videos, and they were in the style of Let's Plays with commentary, and I just thought to myself, hey, that sounds kind of cool. Kind of want to do that myself. You know, and then I started it. The first Let's Plays were horrible. Horrible. You can still see them on my channel. It's the first XCOM Enemy Unknown. That was my first Let's Play. Commentary, I really cannot watch any of those videos. It's just painful. It's just, ugh, no commentary. Well, there is commentary, but it's poor. My voice is boring. It's just, ugh. My favorite game of all time? Well, Fallout 2 comes very close. Star Control 2 also. XCOM Apocalypse, all very, very fond enemies? What? Very fond memories of that. So I don't really know if I can place one game on the pedestal. I know I've said Star Control many times, Star Control 2 that is, but yeah, all of those games are really, really amazing. Gentle Crabfish says, do you believe in Cthulhu? Oh, and what underwear do you have? Plus play more adventure games. I mean, what size do you have? Well, play more adventure games. I certainly want to, yes. I just need to find some proper adventure games that will be suitable for Let's Playing. And what underwear do you have? I think I've already answered that, right? XXXXXXXXXL for Wales. Femi Emil says, more of a request rather than a question. Please do more games like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, The Dig, etc. And yes, more XCOM games. For your great vids. Well, that's the same thing. Yes, I do want to do more adventure games. Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, The Dig, awesome, awesome games. And more XCOM games. Bloody hell, I've done so many of them several times. I'm sure there will be more, though. The Sauron Servant said, would be fun to see you play Alien Isolation. Wait, isn't that the top-down shooter? I can't remember. I think that was quite fun. Also to ask, what is your opinion about the Ukraine crisis? And what is your opinion about Vladimir Putin? Also, do you know someone in eastern Ukraine? Also, are you interested in politics and the news? Also, have you traveled to Russia before? What is your opinion about Total Biscuit? What is your favorite video game? Will you play the horror game Soma when it comes out? Also, where do you stand politically? Also, if some of these questions are too personal, just let me know, since I'm not sure about your question policy and I don't want to offend you. Well, the Sauron Servant, no worries, no offense taken at all. As I said, if I'll find a question too personal, I just won't answer it. Hopefully no offense taken on the other side either. First of all, the Ukraine crisis and all that and stuff and politics and such. Let me just say, I hate politics. I loathe politics. It's how wars get started. It's why people hate each other. Well, that's not the only thing, but of course, I hate politics. I try to stand away from it. Any political discussions, any of that, you know, heap of dung. So that's all I'll say. I'm not gonna give any comments at all, especially not on the Ukraine crisis or anything like that, because that just opens a huge can of worms, and I will have to ask everyone on here not to discuss any of that, because I've seen pretty much every forum, be it gaming or anything else, turned to an absolute firestorm when something like that is brought up, because people have very opposing, very polarizing, extremely, powerful opinions about it, and it just devolves into insult throwing and you're stupid and he's stupid and you suck and that country sucks and so on and so forth. Total Biscuit, I like him. I don't really watch him that much, but yeah, he's a cool dude. That's that. What is your favorite video game? As I said before, sort of Star Control 2, Fallout 2, somewhere about that. Will you play the horror game Soma? No idea what that is. I'll have to look it up, I guess. And that's it. Right, let's go on. Sigma asked, "Hey, here ya about the DRM. What ticks me off is some rungs in games. Example." Well, he means random generator. Your LP of Wasteland 2, a lot of stuff says 85% or 90%, and you fail multiple times in a row. It's like they're not displaying the actual success rate or not seeding the random class correctly in the algorithm. Well, I guess, even 90% still means that you have a 10% chance of failure. But the weird stuff is when you fail 3 times in a row with 90%, then you really start scratching your head. There's a horribly low chance of that happening, but again, as mathematics go, there is still a chance. And I guess I'm just taking all those things for the team. Damn it. Daniel Houston says, "Are you planning any big Let's Plays anytime soon?" Well, define big. Do you mean like long Let's Plays where there's a lot of episodes, or like very big games, which would sort of imply the same thing? I don't know. I've done quite a few already. Xenonauts are always long. Fallout's long. Nothing really that big planned, but hey, I'm always bringing out new stuff, so keep watching. Brian De Cruz, sir. "Sorry if this question is too personal, but you seem very educated. Have you graduated from college?" I think I've already answered that sort of technical background. I'm not going to really go into too much detail, but yeah, technical background. Lieutenant Havoc 1983 said, "MC, are you planning to buy any games? Let's play, I read that wrong. MC, are you planning to buy and maybe let's play Alien Isolation? Edit. Someone already asked that, so what do you think about people giving you tips and hints in the comment section? How does that influence your playstyle?" Well, contrary to popular belief, and what some people think, I do read almost all of the comments. I'm not going to say all of them because sometimes there's just too much and I don't have the time, but I do, there's that little bell icon up there on YouTube. You click on that and you can read all the comments. And I do read all of them, and that includes tips and hints and such. If it's a blind game and I'm not just completely stuck, I will usually sort of try to omit the hints and tips. Especially because loads of them are riddled with spoilers. If it's not, then yes, I will, take them certainly into account, but obviously you're watching my Let's Play, so, if people just said do this, do that, blah, 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 it wouldn't be my Let's Play, it would be sort of a general Let's Play. But yeah, many people say, well, he's not reading the comments because I've told him how to do this and that in the game many times now, and he's still doing it the wrong way. That's simply because, I record many Let's Play parts in advance and then post them. So if you tell me something, how to do something in episode 50, I might be already at episode 70. So, there we go. Piotr Karasinski, I know what accent to do here. "Have you ever fired any firearms? If so, which ones? What is your take on gun laws in Europe and USA? Well, I haven't ever fired any firearms. I have once held a real pistol in my hands, obviously unloaded. I think it was... No, it wasn't a Magnum. It might have been a Magnum, though. It was a pretty damn big, heavy thing. I was actually surprised how much weight there was to a bloody pistol. But no, I haven't ever fired any firearms, unless you considered BB guns a firearm. And what is my take on gun laws? Again, this would probably open a can of worms if I started discussing it, but basically, let's just say that I'm happy that we have laws against guns in Europe. So let's just leave it at that. Next, Patrick D said, I would like to see Fallout Tactics or Tropico. Well, Fallout Tactics, as I said, not so sure about that. I don't know, I'll have to go back to it and probably test it again, see if I kind of like it more. Tropico, I love that one. I might actually do it. Mostly just a sandbox playthrough, probably, but I love that one. Tropico is really, really fun. So, yep, probably. Duck Holmes says, do you make music? And if so, are you planning on making a video of your work? Also, what type of music do you like? Yes, I do. Well, at least I used to make music, quite a lot of it. Well, I used to remix old game tracks and so on and so forth, but I also made my own music. I actually created half of a soundtrack for a game some friends of mine were making. It was all pro bono, I guess, but nothing ever actually came from that game, so I still have all the tracks over here. They're not really that great, I guess, but I still kind of think they're nice. And making a video of me work? Do you mean making music or making Let's Plays? If you mean making music, probably not. If you mean of me making Let's Plays, then possibly, but I'll probably do that on the behind-the-scenes videos on Patreon, on my Patreon page. And what type of music do I like? Well, I used to listen to quite a lot of heavy metal, like Rammstein and Nightwish, Blind Guardian and stuff like that. But for years and years, I just really prefer movie and game soundtracks. No vocals, just, you know, cool, epic, orchestral stuff. I really like that music. In fact, most of my music consists of soundtracks, movie soundtracks and game soundtracks. I love that to bits. The Xenomorph is saying... Oh, wait, that's from the aliens. Okay. Well, I would love to see you play Shadowrun, Dragonfall, or Jagged Alliance 2. They're both incredible TBS games. And about DRM, what would you call the ideal DRM? I mean, aside from no DRM. Well, Shadowrun, yeah, interesting, even though it didn't get that great reviews, but yeah, interesting. Jagged Alliance 2 also was sort of thinking of doing a Let's Play sometime in the past. Might still do it, we'll see. And the ideal DRM, well, obviously, as you've said, no DRM is best DRM, like GOG. But if I do have to have DRM, I guess I can live with Steam. Even though the ideal Steam would be that you don't actually have to run Steam at all. But I understand, you know, of course, Steam uses the Steamworks DRM, which I believe simply just means that you have to run Steam so it connects and blah blah blah, and then you can play your games. But yeah, Steam is fairly unobtrusive, so I like it for that. Addison Mann says, have you heard of a game called Roundabout? It is hilariously insane, and I think it would make for a funny Let's Play for you and your viewers. Just a suggestion. Well, I actually haven't heard about Roundabout. I have to look that up. Can't really comment on it, because I don't know it. I'll take a look. Bacchus Rex said, how many videos you make per session? I assume you play a game for some hours and then make 30-minute videos from it, but I may be wrong. Yes, you're not completely wrong, no. I do make at least a few videos per session. I usually sit down and record for 1 hour, which means 3 parts. Sometimes, if I'm really feeling up to it, it'll be 2 hours, but I know it probably doesn't sound like much, but when you're sitting in front of a computer, in front of a microphone with headphones on, babbling for 1 or 2 hours straight and playing a game and recording it, it can take it out of you. It's really quite draining sometimes. So 2 hours is usually the maximum amount I will do. Of course, I might do 1 hour now, and then a few hours later when I have some more time, I'll say, I feel more, you know, like playing some more, and I'll record some more. Also, I suggest something like Draw My Life or something along the lines for all the basic information like age, name, and your past. Not everyone is comfortable with sharing these informations though, so it's cool if you don't, but say it in your Q&A video. Draw My Life? Is that a game? I don't know. For all the basic information like age, name, and your past. Well, yeah, those quite personal, so don't really think that would be that cool to put in a video. So maybe sometime in the far future, about 200 years later. Mikey G21, would you consider playing the Syndicate series? Not the new EA nonsense, unless you really wanted to, but the isometric fun time. I loved Syndicate. I played it sort of as a kid. Didn't really understand much as far as I remember. But yeah, those were really interesting games. I might come back to them. Unfortunately, again, it probably runs in DOSBox because they're so old and I'm really having problems with DOSBox and recording. Anyway, this will be it for now. We still have more questions to which we'll come back later in the next part. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.